Hey guys, and welcome back to the island. I should really start to have some kind of pirate accent, I guess, for these episodes. Anyway, hope that you're doing good today. Last episode we worked on the docks, and I actually haven't seen your comments yet because I think, what time is it? I think that video just went out like 1 minute ago, and I wanted to get I'm gonna do a little bit of a grindy process here off camera, so I wanted to kind of start the recording, then read the comments. May sound weird, but yeah, that's how we do it. Anyway, I hope that you like it. We'll see in a few minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, in between episodes, I have brought some sheep. We ran out of black wool last episode, and so I brought some some sheep over here from another area in the world, and that got me to think I would really like to play around with something today that I usually or haven't rarely ever played around with in Minecraft. So let's go in here. I want to create a few maps, which the recipe I totally had to look up before this episode because I didn't know. But a few maps. Oh, and I just made one. Wow. Okay, let's make a few more of these. So we're gonna need some compasses. Apparently, this is how you make a map. In case you didn't know, that's how you do it. We're gonna play around with maps, obviously. What I would like to do, actually, let's grab. Where do I store item frames? It's over here, I think. Yeah. I want to create like a map room, like a planning room. That I think will be really handy for us in the world, and I think we can make it look very beautiful. And so the grindy project that I was talking about would be to map out our island, because I want a full, complete map of the island. That way we can kind of track progress, and I think it's a good idea. So what we have to do is First of all, figure out how these works, because I can't remember. We're going to right-click one right here, just to see what happens. Oh, jeez, that looks so messy. Okay, so that gave us... That's definitely the skull up there. And, okay, looks really weird. So we're actually at the border here, I guess. So let's create another one. We're going to do... This should then... Right, so that creates the next area. Okay, very cool. It looks disgusting, though. Looks terrible. But what we're going to do in this map room eventually, then, is we're going to have some kind of wall. We're going to have some kind of wall. And we'd put... Jeez, I need to keep track of which map is which. We're going to put one of them there. Well, that's going to be wrong. One there. And then the next one there. And eventually we'll be able to cover the whole island with maps. This looks weird, but that's probably correct. That's where we dug out that big mound in the beginning. And these are my potato farm, my wheat farm, probably my mushrooms, which I've just randomly stuck down. This is the cacti. That looks pretty funny over there. Okay, so that's going to be a thing that I want to be doing today. I want to be mapping out the whole island and then build a map room for that. So I guess I'm off in the rain, which is terribly loud for me in game. I guess I'm gonna be going around and kind of map out the entire island, and the way I'm gonna be doing this, I suppose, is I shouldn't leave those here. I should bring them. And geez, do they act as any yes, they do. They act as all the other weird item frame items. I guess the easiest way to do it is just to keep track of where you are in one map, and then once you pass the border, you'll right-click the next map. Alright, very good. I think I have everything. Where... this is gonna go there. Yeah, and this is going there. And this one there. Aha! Take a look at this. The Mushroom Island definitely looks disgusting on a map like this. But the idea definitely have potential. So let's just calculate with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5. It's actually a 5 by 5. There's nothing else outside here, and from the looks of it, it looked like a lot of ocean here. So I'm not gonna add a row here, even though you can kind of see the shallow ocean here, I suppose. But there's no more island land outside this map now. Made sure to map out this row because it had that little thing over there. But it's looking pretty cool, I think. Now, just out of curiosity, I would like to try something that I got an idea of. Let's do just real quick here. Let's try and make a treasure mark cross in red. Because, yeah, that's something that every Pirate Island treasure map definitely needs. Brought a little bit of clay. We're just going to see how visible this would be. Because that's definitely something that I think I would want. Is this the map? Yes. Oh, that's cool. And we could make it a little bit bigger, a little bit fatter, but just as a proof of concept, I think that is pretty cool. This here, by the way, that little island right there is actually the true spawn. So the seed, if you play the seed, which is in the description, you will spawn, I believe, on this island. And then I ran over to here and I did the set world spawn, or whatever it was, over here to move the spawn chunks and that. But yeah, that's the little original spawn island. But very, very cool. I can't wait to get the whole thing covered in sand and tropics and get a little bit of greenery in. Because I think it's going to look fantastic, specifically on the map. I wanted to try one more thing. I realized while doing this, I remember it being a way of scaling maps. That's a copy, for sure. I thought it was just like, put it here and it will scale. But apparently not. So let me look that up in between cutscenes here in a moment. For now, though, because it could be interesting to have like a global world map as well, showing more things than the island, just zoomed out. For now, though, what I'd like to do is to find a room for this. And I'm thinking right over here. So this is opposite side from the elevator. And I'm thinking we'll dig out a room here. That will be kind of our map room. And now we know that... Do I have torches? I do. Now we know that it's going to require a 5 by 5 for the map itself. So we'll go something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have a little bit of a tunnel entrance. In this room, I'd also, like I said, try and make like a global map. And I'd also like to have like a project dashboard eventually. Which, you know, I have a lot of cool ideas in my head. And then there are a lot of cool ideas in your head. In the comments section, and I'd like to really honor them and kind of have like, because there are so many good ideas and I just forget if I didn't do it. So I'm thinking a project room dashboard thing with a map and all that could be very cool. I wouldn't mind having a pretty large room actually, and possibly like a height difference. So let's just see here. You'd come in here. And we'll have, I don't have any like blocks on me, so I'll mark this with this. We'll have like a fence here, some sort. And then like a big common area in the middle with the map being in our view cycle. Obviously we'd have to remove the beacon, which is constantly getting moved, poor beacon. But we'd have like a big room here. Also bring it down a little bit, I would think. Not really sure, but I'm envisioning like a larger room for this project anyway. Would have maybe... Nah, it needs to be definitely larger. Although I don't want to make it too large because it's still not the center of the base. Yeah, I'll think about something. But at least a little bit of height differentiation I think will help the room out. Then... Another thing that I've been thinking about, and this may sound crazy, but I would like... Would it be weird if we had a bridge like a hanging bridge crossing here would make an opening in the wall. We'd have a hanging bridge in the middle, with the idea that, I don't know, it would be pretty weird probably, but in my head, this would be very nice to have, because then when we come walking here, we could just go straight into the map room. It would be more centered of the base. And it could be cool to have a bridge to kind of look out over the base. I think I want to try it anyway, see how it looks. If we do, well, this is kind of an odd, number here. We have a center at 1, which is usually what you want to have, but for a hanging bridge, I think a 3 wide bridge is possibly going to be too wide. Okay, so I put down the full bridge, just because I think whenever you take a decision like this, you have to see the full picture. It honestly, like from up here, it looks pretty bad. I don't really like it. But from down below where I thought it would look terrible, it actually looks pretty cool. I brought it down one more level, so we have... and my dog just grabbed a ball and threw it up in the air next to me. Okay, anyway, I brought it down one more level. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, 4 half blocks of a slope. And I think this may be an issue. This may be why I don't like it from above here. It just looks a little bit too much. So let's try bring this up. But yeah, it's actually a good advice. I think if you like to build things and you have an idea, and then put it down in blocks and see how it looks. That's the only way. You can always take it away if you don't like it. But from down below, I think it looks pretty cool, and actually changing that up made it look prettier down here as well. I think I'm gonna keep it, ladies and gentlemen. It's not it's a little bit weird of a build, and it may break up the fort a little bit. But unless you guys hate it, I think I want to keep it because it's practical. One thing that I learned when I played Grand Skies a few months ago, when I built a few hanging bridges, was a cool method to make them look more hangy. That sounds so wrong, by the way. I don't know why. A cool method to make them look a little bit more hangy is to use a little bit of fence work. Just like that. Possibly also some here. Supposedly this is supposed to be some kind of ropes or I don't know. It looks pretty cool. Using spruce ones in the bottom though. I'm not sure if I like that or oak the best. I did oak fences on top, which is a little bit too bright in my opinion towards the spruce, but I think it works. I think it looks pretty cool. So we can do that all over, and then another decoration thing that we need to do, of course, are the leaves. So actually, let's get... I want to bring this in here. So let's get, first of all, punch you out. Fasten the bridge, kind of. And then I think it will look better if we don't do the exact same pattern on this side. So I'm just going to go something like that. Maybe down here as well. Have to see how it looks from a distance though. Oops, it's the wrong fence. Boop. We'll go with some leaves, as I said, so we'll have possibly a little bit like that, and I want to go inside and under. Now what leaves are going to do to this bridge is make it merge, I hope anyway, with the rest of the cave here. And I think that's going to make a huge difference. I've always said that if something doesn't look superb, put some leaves on it. But the leaf placement here is more about making it merge towards the cave and not stick out as much. So let's just have a look at this. There we go. Maybe a little bit too much leaves, actually. Yeah, it's too much leaves there. But you get the idea. I think it can look pretty cool. Up here, we'll try and make this look a little bit fancier. So this is the entrance. So I want to bring up the stone here. Possibly just do something like this to make it feel like an entryway. Could do like that. Well, did I bring any? Oh, I do have some. Fantastic. We'll do something like this and then possibly do that. And yeah, just pretty simple, pretty plain, but it makes it feel like a real entryway. Entryway. Actually, could we possibly even do this from this side? Yeah, I like that. I like that this thing wraps around. You know what we should do then is get rid of you and put a stair here. Stair. That way we've kind of built in the wall in the stone foundation. Yeah, that looks good. This here has to go because we changed this up and I have a full inventory as usual. We'll place it like that instead and then we'll just go up with a wall like that. We could even... I'm just going to do this because I don't have any more spruce. We could even like keep those open there, but I think that looks pretty good. So now let's just get a feel when we come into the base. The first thing we're going to see is going to be the map room and the openness. So we, instead of having this wall in our face like we had it, I think this is better actually. I do like it. We have to work a little bit more on the bridge and have to spruce it up a little bit, but overall I do like the idea. Very much so. You know what? I'm really falling in love with this bridge now. Did a little bit more on it. Did some very crucial changes to it. First of all, filled in some more of that rope, whatever it is, underneath. Did a little bit of vines. Actually, just that vines. I'm gonna put some vines over there. And I have a string here that's gonna stop it, hopefully. So that it doesn't spread. Redid the leaves, but the most important thing comes from the fences. So this we had as oak, and I changed it out for spruce. Immediately looked better, but then I decided let's see what happens if we break it up, kind of like it's decayed. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic, to be honest with you. Crap, where? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna die. That was weird. I've never actually been stuck in a block entirely like that. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. Just take my levels, you stupid Minecraft god of evil things and stuff. Where's my shovel? Guess yeah, it's probably down there. So that put me off. Where were I? I was speaking about the spruce fences. Yeah, so I decided to break it up. And I think it really makes all the difference here. The torches, I also like. So they are placed symmetrically. And what that does with your head is kind of saying, yes, this is a very chaotic bridge. Things are broken and stuff, but there's some structure to it. At least that's what it does to my head. Now my head is a little bit weird. So I got the entrances worked out here and over there. It's actually not looking the same here. I just realized. I think I like this way better than that though. But I'll have to think about it. Now, where is that shovel of mine? And did I have... My bow is gone as well. Things are scattered all over the place. Here we go. Bow, shovel, some blocks. Very good. But anyway, let me know what you think about the bridge. I do believe that it was a good idea that we did it. I've also started to think a little bit more about this room here. So what we'll do is we'll have the railing over here like that. I think I can place that above the beacon. That's a transparent block, so that should work for now. And the roof height, I decided it's going to be like 5 blocks like this. Which should feel tall enough up here. But then we're going to come down here. We're going to have staircases here. So let's just see. Yeah, exactly. We'll have something like this. It'll go down and then height-wise, this is what I was talking about, by the way, using height differentiation, something that I'm very poor at. But I'm thinking this is a good height difference. Just let's just get a little bit of feeling here. If we would have this being our height. Man, I love insta mining so much. I can just do that all day long. I don't have to do anything else in this game. If you need mining help, just let me know. I think that height is enough. It doesn't look super epic or anything. But I'm kind of imagining the back room of a pirate ship, if you know what I mean. Which brings me to a thing that I just realized. Last episode we built a dock, and we were supposed to build or start a pirate ship pretty soon here, or at least a ship. But we did something completely different today because I felt like it. We'll do the pirate ship though, all of you who are suggesting that awesome idea. But we kind of need this central room, if you will, before we can start that. So anyway, I think this height is good. I think this looks pretty cool already. Just having the spruce lining like that. Doesn't need to be taller, I don't think. So I'm going to be digging here a little bit, obviously. Digging this out. Come up with some kind of design for this room as well. And then we're going to go move that map. Sounds like a plan? Cool. See you in a bit. Alright, I think this size is pretty good. Pretty happy with it. It's not too big, so we can still make it feel cozy, which is important. And it's big enough to kind of have that grand epic. I don't know. Feels a little bit grand anyway. One other important thing is that I want to be able to see the map or part of it from a distance. Now I think I'm not really sure about the rendering of entities, but I think it's something like just 24 blocks or something when it comes to maps. I don't know. We'll have to try it out, but as you can see, it's not a square room, and the reason is just that I want to be able to see the map from as far back as possible. Alright, so as far as the design goes for this room, I think we're gonna go with the same kind of style that we use in the rest of the base. We'll have spruce floor. And this is actually a very good point, I think anyway, when it comes to design. Make sure when you're designing anything, if it's in Minecraft or if it's like a web page or something like that, that you're designing or working on, any professional designer will tell you that the best design is a design that isn't too different from what you are doing. So if you have a web page and you have 5 different sub-styles on that web page, it will eventually look very weird. And it's kind of the same for Minecraft base, so we need to stick with what we're doing. And by doing that, we're kind of bringing everything together in a way. So we'll go with a spruce floor, with mix in some oak as well, like we've done before. Don't think I have any on me, like oak logs. Doesn't really matter, I'll do that in a moment. As far as the walls, we'll have, and this is my new favorite style, I have to say, so we'll punch out one more here, and we'll go grab this iron, because that's very valuable. That's another thing, we are so low on iron, it's just crazy. We'll make kind of a makeup wall, so we'd have the front layer be stone bricks or its alternatives, which could be andesite, stone bricks, both broken up, and actually just polished andesite and stone bricks, and possibly also some smooth stone. That's kind of the outer layer. And then the background layer will be cobblestone. Exactly like how I did it outside here. Yeah, this kind of wall design. Because I really like it and I think it's cool. So that's going to be the style. We'll do... What else was it that I was thinking about? Can't remember. We'll use a lot of spruce anyway. Oh yeah, I was testing out different log styles. We haven't really used spruce logs until we did it in the bridge just now. We've used acacia, so maybe I want to go with acacia here. But I want to have some kind of log type for pillars and stuff. Also, I want to have a frame for this, and I think it's going to make more sense if we indent the map into the wall like I've kind of marked out here. And then we'd have that going around it. And then the question is, if we now break this up and we have cobblestone behind here, kind of like so, should we bring the map back further? Because otherwise it will be flush with the background color. And it won't really look indent in the wall, if you know what I mean. I don't know. That's something that I have to figure out. But yeah, I think it's going to look pretty cool. So I'm going to go put down the design now. And hopefully you guys will like it. It's going to be very nice to bring down the map over here. It's like a puzzle laying down those maps. By the way, I just read the comments on the video. It's been out for a few hours. Like 6 hours now. And I gotta say, wow. This series is getting so much support from you guys. It's crazy. And I'm just so happy about it. I'm forever grateful. So I want to send you a big thank you. And also, in all episodes, I think I've got suggestions that I really want to implement in episode 18. So in last episode, someone said that in regards of the docks, that we should totally build a lighthouse that spins around in the night, that kind of have a redstone lamp that goes around and around on that little island where we had our lookout. And I think that's a fantastic idea, so thank you so much for that suggestion. This is why we need a suggestion room or a project room, which I originally was thinking could be a combination of this room, so we could have both suggestions and the maps here, but it's not going to be big enough. So I probably end up doing 2 of those. But again, just a big thank you for all of you who are supportive of this series. It is without a doubt with the ending of Survival Stories Season 2, this is my go-to map at the moment. This is my go-to world, I should say. This is what I play when I just want to relax. And so, obviously, we have the most episodes that are coming out on my channel is probably Iskall's Island. And it's probably going to be like that for a while. So to see your support is just amazing. So thank you so much for it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, so I've got a little bit done here. It's not too much yet, but don't worry, I'll fix it in a minute. I just want to try something. If I remember right, I can put a glowstone with that on top and then a map, and that will light up. Yes, beautiful. Okay, now we can actually try how far away we're able to see that thing. Although the beacon is in the way. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Please be visible from over here. Oh, it is. Fantastic. Okay, this is the spot I wanted to have visibility over the map. So that works out great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. A little bit of the design of the room. It's still not 100% finished. I don't know what to do with the ceiling. And I tried out some different things. I definitely don't want to keep it like it is now. But the room itself is looking pretty good, I think. So, functioning wise, we have to move the beacon, by the way. I just don't know where to put it. We come down here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this just for the sake of demonstration. So that we can get a feel without that beacon light in our face. Oh yes, baby. Actually, I want to go all the way over this. Baby, that looks so good. Except for the fact that the stupid mushroom island is purple. Makes me kind of want to rush to fill it all in with sand. But that's going to take so long time. It's a big process. But anyway, I think it's looking pretty good. I do like it. I like the feel up here. Kind of feels epic, but not too big. Down here on the floor, I kind of tried to do a compass rose, but the space is a little bit too small. This is north, symbolized by that jungle piece there. And oh yeah, the walls here. So we'll have, remember how I said earlier in this episode that we'll have different maps. So we'll kind of have, maybe we'll do over the desert area where we have the squid farm if we put anything else there. And then maybe a global map, which brings me to a very important thing. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing right over here for now. I did look up the recipe for how to zoom out a map, and you thought I'd forgotten. So let's try this out. This is how we do it. So now it's supposed to be, yeah. So now it's zoomed out for sure. And I guess, I don't know how many times we can zoom it out. This is changing in 1.9, by the way, but it's, and I think that's 4 times. Let's see. I think it's going to be cheaper to do this. That's 8 times. Wow. No, it's actually 8 times now. Okay, let's just hold back for a little bit. I kind of want to have a map that shows the island in like one map, but I guess so this is the same area as it's currently covering, like this piece here. But that's pretty cool. We'll put that on one of the walls. I just realized I'm missing an item frame here. I haven't decided whether or not I want to bring this back one, because possibly we want to have it indent in the wall. But I kind of like that it sticks out a little bit on the side like that. I think it looks pretty cool. Also, down here I have a button. Press that. Chest opens, and I'm making copies, but I'm completely out of iron. I have like 2 ingots left, which is crazy. Something we have to get to. So basically what I've done is this piece here, we're going to make like a 5x5 grid. So you have to imagine the map area is in there. Actually, I'm going to leave the cobblestone there. I thought that was pretty cool. So the map area is in here. So this piece here, for example, would represent that piece there. If I'm right. Yeah, looks like it. Does it? Yeah, it looks like that piece there, right? So that's pretty handy when we want to update the map. But anyway, I'm running out of all the resources. Like, I'm missing iron, I'm missing redstone. I had put up a temporary sugarcane farm just outside, just some sugarcane on the ground. I really got to do some resource collection, so maybe next time will be like a caving episode or something. I'm not sure, but that's going to do it for today. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. If you have any ideas for what we could do here, or a better idea of fitting a compass rose in this small area, then please do let me know. We're going to shortly go through all your awesome suggestions and that as well, so keep suggesting things. I will go back several episodes and add them to the project board once we have one of those up. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, I think you should subscribe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.